First of all, it's important because it's a crossroad in our history on democracy. It is the first time a candidate identified with the martial law will be running for election. What he represents is something that is close to authoritarianism and all that the country has experienced during the martial law. And he's running and he's kind of strong. That's one. Second, this is the first time that, of course, the elections will be undertaken amidst COVID, which is very challenging both to election management as well as to political parties, candidates, and even election observers to navigate. And there will be a host of challenges that have not been experienced in previous elections. And this is where the resiliency of our democracy will be tested. Next is the pervasiveness of disinformation and misinformation. These were there already in previous elections, but this election seemed to be one where there's really a deliberate effort to use this information to gain electoral advantage. So in that sense, I would like to think that we are in a crossroad of our democratic history. First and foremost, I think democracy education should be mainstream in our school system, and there has to be a lot of effort in their government that has to be mainstream in our civic education. Second, of course, is that I think the government should focus on revisiting our policies and legal framework in election. We are still operating on an old election code, an election code that predates our constitution, and that is creating some problems in terms of how to deal with political parties, candidacies, and even addressing current electoral dysfunctions like disinformation. It is the current problems in elections do not have equivalent policy response because of lack of defect of our legal framework. And so probably those things, we have to be purposive with our democracy education. That's one. And second is to look at structural reforms and improving our processes and update electoral laws to address current problems in our elections and democracy. It's the power of the people to elect their government and to form their government. The government is not legitimate. It will not acquire legitimacy if it is not built on the basis of the will of the people. And that is why we should take this serious. With that power and with that kind of right that we have to take this responsibility of making sure that we do elect the right people in government as if we're hiring our own employee, because we're the bosses, the candidates are job applicants, and we have to choose well who we are going to hire for public office.